John Holdsworth, the man who sent both Peter Jackson and Jared McCracken off in the second test, says he will take no nonsense tonight. We have a kick-off, and Meninga, the skipper, leads them out towards the quarter line. Will it be his last test match in the green and gold? This is Salvatore. The forwards were the men who laid the foundation for that massive win in Sydney. They will need to produce another Herculean effort tonight. Bella is outside the Australian quarter line, and Steve Walters is looking for runners on the blind side. Interference in the play of the ball. We have our first penalty after some 20 seconds of play.
Well, we watched Martin Bella take the ball up here. It was either a big con or a very unintentional, unimportant incident.
Well, Bob Bailey complained bitterly about some of the refereeing decisions early in the second test and said they were very costly to his side. I certainly don't think they would have affected the final result. But Bella takes it up again, and the Australians are now only 30 metres out. That's Bradley Clyde, one of the stars of the second test. Walters again looks to the left. He goes right and makes another great incursion, Steve Walters. This is the man they feared all series. Salvatore dummy half. Let's see the Australian backs work for the first time, and Peter Jackson blunders it, but it's been knocked back, says Holdsworth. Ettinghausen, long ball to Langer, and across the top of the Kiwi backs for Wishart, who was there first, but Botica came in and saved the day. And Wishart's limping away. It's back to Australia. Langer the blind side, darting. He's popped it inside. The ball goes to no one. Well, Australia have New Zealand under very early pressure here. Steve Walters to Geyer. He's the link man to Jackson, and Jackson looks for the little kick. Well, an unhappy start for Jacko.
Well, Jacko can always be a bit of a problem in a side. If a team allows him to move up through the middle, he tends to have a high error rate. He'll tend to take a few gambles with his passes.
Penalty to the Kiwis, and a pressure relieving kick. It's only been 2.5 minutes of play, but it's been all Australia. Man to Todd. What a work rate he got through in the second test. Played so well on a losing side. Plenty of Australian defence and vigorous defence at that. Salvatore with that extra push has cost Australia another penalty.
Well, the Kiwis were asking for that one. They pleaded to the referee. What about the balance up for the Bella one earlier?
Let's have a look at it, Wally.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty much a fair call from the referee. Certainly did push him forward, and Mark Geyer being walked for a back chat, according to the referee. But I think this first 5 minutes is just going to be a little bit of sorting out from both teams and the referee.
Brendan, who's at half-back tonight, and could be a key player for the New Zealanders. Todd on the burst. And he meets Bella. A clash of the big men, and Bella comes out on top as they drive Todd backwards with the help of Mal Meninga. Brendan Freeman working slickly in the halves, but they've lost ground. Langer was there. Freeman looking for the touchline inside the Australian quarter line and finds it easily.
New Zealanders just having a little bit of trouble settling into a bit of a pattern there, Pat. I think they should have been concentrating on just getting their forwards taking 3 or 4, perhaps swinging it wide of their backs, or else kicking long and deep trying to trap Australia. That seemed to be a bit of a confused kick there.
This is Willie Kahn breaking up Langer's pass from that scrum win. He's forced back. Jackson.
Look at the winger, the New Zealand winger, all the way in field. If Australia moves the ball back the other way, they'll catch us short, New Zealand short.
Now, this is how they created so much ground in that second test by running the angles from the ruck, Wally, and it looks like they're going to use that plan again tonight.
Yes, I think so. Australia look like they're ready to run it from anywhere on the football field. Just shows how much confidence they've gained through that magnificent win in Sydney only 7 days ago.
Geyer was standing still and still managed to make 10 metres outside his own quarter, but it's the 5th tackle. And here comes a touch, Judge. Plenty of attention for Mark Geyer in that tackle. Nick Howe was there. So too was George Mann and Brent Todd. You'll remember that Todd and Geyer clashed. He's going to call out Nick Hour. Well, it could have been one of three, I suppose, from that incident. Freeman quietening his young lockdown, Roy.
Yes, well, of course, Mark is the guy. There's just a lot of enthusiasm in that tackle, more than malice.
So the Aussies will find touch about 5 metres inside their own territory. The Kiwis already have got through 22 tackles. The game's been only going just a fraction over 5 minutes. That's David Gillespie, just inside the Kiwi half now. Here's Salvatore on the angle. Brushes aside one tackle and Nickau takes him head on. Walters. Langer. Well, the crowd were calling for it, but John Holdsworth didn't miss it. The New Zealand outside backs all offside.
Well, he had his choice of either side of the ruck then. He could have taken the blind or the open. They were all inside the 5.
And Mal Meninga from about 37 metres out will take a shot at goal. Meninga tonight on 194 test points from 13 tries and 73 goals in a glorious career. He is only 7 behind Mick Cronin, who has 201 test points, and that is the all-time highest test scorer for Australia. So Mal Meninga has his chance to create a little bit of history tonight. He has this set virtually in front, as I said, about 35 to 37 metres out. As many of the experts predicted, it was a stop-start sort of opening to this match with so much at stake for both sides. Let's have a look at it from the reverse angle. Up go the flags. At Lang Park, Australia lead in the third test by 2 points to 0. The Kiwis very keen. They rush this ball back for the kick-off. Frano Bodica, one of the injury scares in the New Zealand camp during the week, has his right leg heavily bandaged. As Salvatore picks it up on his own line and hits it up to almost the quarter line. Walters has his forwards there. He opts to take Daly. Plenty of attention for Clyde, I should say it was. And again, we see another penalty. It's pretty obvious, Wally, they're trying to slow the game down.
Yes, it's crazy play from the Kiwis, really, Pat. Surely they've realised by now the game is some 9 minutes, 8 or 9 minutes old, and the referee has shown on 4 or 5 occasions that he's quite willing to blow a penalty if he thinks the players from either side are slowing it down. Now, players are continuing to do so. If it continues at this trend, we're going to see about 40 penalties for the match.
Well, the hit-ups certainly show something. Wally, 14 to Australia and only 3 to New Zealand.
This is Wishart on the run around. Salvatore, and they were sitting in his pocket. In centre field, about 5 metres inside his own half. Well, there's more pushing and shoving in the play of the ball.
Well, let's have a look at this, because I'm sure you'll see on the replay where Australia started it by grabbing the left ankle of the Kiwi forward.
It was George Mann, and he's protesting loudly, and for that he's been marched another 10 metres.
Well, here we go. Have a look. See, he's holding him by his ankle. It was his right ankle.
Well,
yes, I think that one's called milking a penalty there, Roy. No doubt whatsoever that Craig started it. Perhaps it's good play for him. It certainly opened up the opportunity for 2 further points for Australia.
Well, Wally, if we keep on target, we've had 7 penalties in 9 minutes. We're going to see a lot of breakdowns in this match. And it's not the sort of football we want to see, and it's not the sort of football that the fans want to see.
No, that's right. And it's not suiting the New Zealanders one little bit.
Let's have a look at it again. And watch Salvatore grab George Mann's leg. Little push. And then George Mann protested loudly, and that has moved Meninga to within kicking range. He's right in front, about 4 or 5 metres back from where he landed that last attempt just a couple of moments ago. 10 minutes into this third and deciding test match here at Lang Park. Australia lead 2-0. It looks pretty good again. Of course it is. Australia lead 4-0 here at Lang Park.